rolling into July on the FamilyDeal.com 7 Sports Cave. I'm your host, Justin Rose. Tonight's show has everything you need from a very busy weekend at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. We'll talk to the winner, the local flavor, and even share some of the special stories that came out of a great week at Detroit Golf Club. The Pistons got busy on the first day of free agency. The Red Wings prospect camp went on this weekend, giving us a glimpse of the future as well. We'll talk about all those stories and much, much more, but we first have to start with the Rocket Mortgage Classic. First ever, and it ended in a very fitting way for the city, for Detroit's first PGA event. A guy who didn't even get into the field until the day before the tournament started. He's ranked well outside the top 100 golfers in the world, and he shocks the entire field and leads the thing from the end of day one to the time he raised the trophy over his head when it was all over this evening. Rookie Doc Redman was in prime position starting the day to try to make a run at Nate Lashley. He holes out on 18th, solidifying his runner-up status. This qualifies him for the Open Championship in a few weeks as he finished 19 under. But nobody was touching Lashley. He shot even par on the front 9 today, got lower on the back 9. Birdie on 13 got him to 24 under par. He had a 6-shot lead coming into the day. He had another birdie on 17 to get him to 25 under his winning score. And all he needed to do was tap in a par right there on 18 to take home his first PGA Tour win. It's emotional for a guy who thought about giving up golf multiple times, especially after losing his parents in a plane crash back in 2004. But today, his career choice is validated. Brad Galley caught up with Lashley right after his first PGA Tour win.
For as long as you play this game, for as long as you're done playing this game, you will always be introduced as a PGA Tour winner. At what point during this dominant run did that sink in?
I don't think it's fully sunk in yet at all. To be honest with you, it's still a little surreal. So I'm sure at some point tonight it will. And just to kind of look forward to that time and have a little celebration after this.
Everybody has a story. As you went on this run this week, your story starts to emerge and become a national story. When you sunk that putt and tapped it in on 18, who went through your mind in the emotions of this victory?
Friends, family, my parents. Anytime. All through the years, anytime I've won a golf tournament, my parents have always went through my mind because without them, I wouldn't be here. They did everything for me, and I couldn't be more grateful to them.
When you sit back and think about this and think about all the moments as a young golfer and imagining yourself as a PGA Tour and everybody that was with you along the way, when you go to bed tonight, what will race through your mind?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's still surreal. It hasn't quite hit me, and maybe sometime when I lay down tonight, it will hit me and realize, what I've accomplished this week and everything it gets me, and job security to the Masters, to majors, and I'm just really happy. I'm just glad I'm here. I'm so happy I got into the golf tournament.
We are so thrilled that you did this in Detroit, and we can't wish you the best, man, for the rest of your career. Thank you so much, and congrats.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Nate. Our champion here, Nate Lashley, the winner who goes on to bigger and monstrous things here after winning in Detroit, our very first PGA Tour winner.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he comes back next year. He said he would, but can he complete the success that he had this year? Look at that. Top of the leaderboard, 25 under over a 4-day stretch. That's unbelievable. Doc Redman, the rookie, as we mentioned, he was 19 under, finishing in second place. That gets him into the Open Championship in a couple of weeks. Rory Sabatini, Wes Roach, both there at 18 under. Brandt Snedeker, he's a big name. He said he's going to be back and he's going to tell other people to come with him. He finished 17 under. I asked him if he believed that 17 under wasn't the winning score. He said no one was catching Nate today. He was playing outstanding, and he was right. Plenty of other players right there at 17 under, including Brian Stewart. He was another guy who captured some great fan support, the former Oakland Golden Grizzly. He finished tied for 5th, 4 under today, but the weekend was a big one for him. He's been itching to play in front of a bigger group of friends and family in his home state. He certainly showed out this weekend. I caught up with him shortly after he finished in the top 10 for the 3rd time this season. I mean, the fans over here give it up for him one more time, right? I mean, how good does that sound?
It sounds pretty good. It's been a special week, and, proud to be associated with Michigan with this great event.
You come into this, obviously Nate doing what he's been doing all weekend, but yourself as well. I mean, did you have an opportunity this morning to think maybe this could happen?
I mean, in all honesty, probably not. It was, I was really trying to get up to somewhere near 20 and just kind of see where that ended up.
Birdie on 18, the crowd roars, and I kind of noticed you take a second, kind of look back once or twice. Am I getting that right?
Sure, yeah, it's pretty special. Just trying to show my appreciation for, all the, go Michigans, go Oaklands. It's been pretty cool.
Highlight of your career so far?
Well, winning's up there pretty high, but this is, top couple for sure.
When you look at this event and all the support you've had, but other guys have had a lot of support as well, because the fans here are just so hungry for this type of event, you're going to maybe campaign for other people to come and join you next year?
Sure, I think it's only going to get better. It's such a great golf course, and, Michigan's such a great golf state, so I think it's a long time coming for a PGA Tour event in Michigan.
If I take up any more of your time, the mob's going to get me. Go get him, Brian. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Yeah, it should be certainly interesting to see how many more people show up next year, those big names on the tour. All right, NBA free agency getting underway tonight. According to reports, the Pistons have agreed to sign that guy. 2-year deal with Derrick Rose, a total of $15 million. Like all the other transactions this week in free agency, won't become official until the NBA's new business year beginning on July 6th. But ESPN Brian Windhorst, he says it's a good move for the Pistons.
The Pistons prioritized, trying to get, somebody to put the ball in the basket. Derrick Rose, when he's at his best, can still put the ball in the basket. So this is a strong move and definitely a bit of a gamble because Derrick Rose, you're not really sure what his consistency is going to be, but they got him again, only 2 years and a roughly for less than the mid-level, full mid-level exception. So a quality value signing.
Yeah, it should be really interesting to see. Perhaps the biggest chip to fall, though, was Kevin Durant deciding to take his talents over to the Eastern Conference, signing with the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, not with the Knicks, with the Nets. He'll be coming off that torn Achilles, likely miss all of next year, but that is where he will be playing for the next 4 years at least. $164 million deal for his services. Kyrie Irving will be his point guard, choosing the Nets to make them perhaps the top duo in the Eastern Conference. Well, the Tigers, they won't have a big presence in the All-Star game next Monday, or Tuesday, I should say. But for the second straight year, the man who closes is going to be in. Shane Green, certainly deserving of this award. Shane has 22 saves so far, tied for fourth best in Major League Baseball. To the action today, Tigers and Nationals wrapping up their series at Comerica Park. Former Tiger Max Scherzer, he was as good as advertised in his return to Comerica Park. 14 strikeouts, 14 in 8 innings pitched. Scherzer's only real blemish on the day. In the bottom of the 7th, Brandon Dixon took him deep for a solo home run. Just gets out of there. That ties the game at 1 apiece. Jordan Zimmerman, he was strong against his former team, but the relief, not so much. Top of the 8th, Joe Jimenez. He was the all-star representative for the Tigers last year. He gives up a home run to Anthony Rendon, almost the exact same spot as Dixon's. Nats take the lead back 2-1, and then 2 on, then 2 outs, and nobody scores. Everyone does a little golf clap there. Nico Goodrum flies out to left field. Tigers lose this one 2-1.
Yeah, it was fun pitching here again. I pitched here for a while. One of the few parks where you have that dirt going all the way to home plate. So it was cool to be back here and get the pitch in our game.
Scherzer came as advertised. We've seen him before, and he was filthy. He was great stuff and good fastball and all those things. So we knew it was going to be a tough day trying to score runs. You just hope you get, somebody clicks on one. And unfortunately, we didn't do too many of against him.
Plenty more to come on thefamilydeal.com 7 Sports Cave. Get your tweets in. Use the hashtag 7 Sports Cave. What do you think about the Derrick Rose signing? And we have to go back to Detroit Golf Club. The Volunteers, hundreds of them. Very, very kind to all of the ones I spoke to this week. But one of them, he made a really special memory with a current player on the PGA Tour. We'll meet that man and learn that story coming up next. So stay with us.